My name is Monika Begović, and I will express my positions as the president of the Atlantic Council of Croatia, an NGO linked to NATO through its membership in the Atlantic Treaty Association that sits in Brussels. In this short video, I will briefly mention the parliamentary elections that were held today in my country, and if the coronavirus situation influenced the number of voters voting. And I will also give a short retrospective on challenging but very successful Croatia's EU presidency that was concluded only 5 days ago. Croatian State Electoral Commission, not to deny a fundamental political and constitutional right, released instructions for special care in the context of the pandemic situation, including instructions for persons who are infected, who are in self-isolation, instructing all polling stations to have disinfectants, all committees members to wear masks and gloves, and masks were recommended for voters too, with the appropriate distance. According to the first unofficial news coming on this Sunday early evening, there will be a little bit more than 45% of voters that voted today, but the exact number is still being awaited. Due to the uncertainty created by the still ongoing worldwide global pandemic of coronavirus disease, Croatia showed it deals with challenges in the most effective ways. Croatia's EU presidency was in the most turbulent times that were not expected to be like that, so there was no time to prepare. The global pandemic situation came as a shock, but Croatia, in cooperation with EU institutions, managed to hold all important meetings virtually. That was actually the first time in history this kind of meetings were held. Besides the fast and effective implementation of new ways of functioning, we need to be reminded that Croatia also had to deal with continuation of the work on the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the European Union, and at the same time making a path for a close future relationship between EU and UK. Motto of Croatian presidency, just to be reminded, was a strong Europe in a world of challenges. And we really have to admit we had challenges. The accent of the presidency was, even before the events that surprised us 6 months ago, on a Europe that represents a strong partnership and solidarity among member countries with transatlantic connection. Exactly these Euroatlantic values were presented in the new EU document called Repair and Prepare for Next Generation, that clearly says that solidarity, cohesion, and convergence must drive Europe's recovery, which is the main reason that Europe's recovery plan must build a more sustainable and resilient Europe. Resilience is exactly what both EU and NATO showed in this crisis. And since I deal mostly in my research with international and regional security perspectives, therefore I would like to reflect on the EU Western Balkans Summit that was organized by Croatia on 6th of May. Due to its geopolitical position, it was an important meeting that had the accent on the EU enlargement process. This difficult phase caused by COVID-19 showed that Western Balkan countries really need international help to manage better their situation. The summit reconfirmed region's strategic importance for the Union and also region's European perspective. Only this kind of approach is a guarantee for the prosperity and stability of Southeast Europe. The pandemic crisis made evident that stronger Euro-Atlantic ties are needed. Relations between NATO and the EU demonstrated resilience, solidarity, but also importance of shared Euro-Atlantic values, such as human rights, respect for human dignity, freedom, democracy, equality, rule of law. In the beginning of crisis, it seemed citizens, paralyzed in a way with fear and uncertainty, were mainly interested only in their national governments and how they handled the crisis. So there was a worry that it would unleash a Eurosceptic moment. However, reopening of national economies showed that recovery measures should include cooperation and solidarity to show the EU's capacity to act together, using single market as an opportunity to save domestic jobs. So we could say that Euroscepticism is in retreat. Now it is the time that Europe should start working more seriously in supporting its own sovereignty through more cohesive joint foreign policy and better cooperation among member countries in order to avoid a backlash of Euroscepticism. presiding Germany, and trio actually, will obviously, according to the 18 months program, continue to work on further strengthening of the EU as an international actor, stressing transatlantic ties. Thank you very much.